Hey, this is MBT Scott, and this is the daily read. Today is the 24th, and the overall energy for Aries right now is Venus, and we're still in this Jupiter energy. And so, as you see, it comes up a nice previous months, the triple nine. So there's a lot of changes, endings to situations, new starts, regenerations going on here. If you're talking about Venus, then we're talking about, in general, the house of Libra, the house of Taurus, talking about relationships, partnerships, money, finances, stuff like that. You talk about Jupiter, you talk about your spiritual connections, communication, right? You talk about creativity, faith, the things that you believe in, what you stand on, those kind of things. And then when you talk about Aries in general, this is the first house, temperament, health, that kind of thing. So let's see. And it could be an aggressive energy. When you're dealing with Aries is fire, Venus is air, and then you have Taurus here. And if you're dominant Aries with the Venus, then you know how that go. You have Earth. So let's see what's going on here. And then you have this water energy here, but Aries, depending on the system, Mars, which rules Aries, can dominate and rule in the same house. So, thank you. Alright, well, Jupiter kicked out too. This one came out already. These two came out. Alright, so today Aries is being reiterated, okay? To pay attention to the emotional pains that you hold on to, and understand that there's still going to be new opportunities that may just take some contemplation, right? And as you see, this comes down as the two wands, and the two cups is back there. So there's possibly two opportunities or two things that you need to refocus your attention on that may require some action and movement and thoughts after you do the thinking, right? So that one came out, so that's where I wanted to be, and that's where I'm going to leave it. So Aries, Venus, what else are you talking about in these planets? The sun. So when you're dealing with the sun, you're dealing with Leo energy. You're dealing with creativity, new ideas, pioneering new ideas, romance and relationships and children and things of that nature. So today, Aries, don't be overbearing, overruling, out of whack when it comes to dealing with these things. Try to stay in a happy, warm, comforting energy. Try to come with positive ideas and concepts and new things when it comes to dealing with your finances, dealing with your families, dealing with your relationships, dealing with your children, that kind of thing. So let's see what's going on in these nines right here. In the high frequency, Page of Cups. You got this Nine of Swords. And then you have this Nine of Coins. So, today, Aries, is a good day to be balanced in your emotions, right? When you're in a high frequency, this is a pure emotion without all the other shenanigans and drama. This is a good time to release stress and stay out of a stressful state, and a good time to kind of invest in and look at what you are able to reap in reality. But in a high frequency, these things change, right? And so therefore, you changing, and your emotional connections to things are a bit more pure, and you are able to easily relieve and release stresses that are overly nerve-wracking, and then put your energy focus on the things that you already have invested in, the things that you will get out of your investments and growth, right? And that's not only in finances, that's in your family, that's in business, that's in friendships, and all kinds of other activities that go on in life, right? So let's look at this medium frequency right here, and let's see what it's talking about. The moon. Alrighty. In some systems it's Cancer, in some systems it's Pisces, right? Then you have this Nine of Wands right here, and you have the sun. So again, the sun is prominent. The first house is prominent. There may be some things that one does not know in the medium frequency of Aries concerning family, money, finances, relationships, and things of that nature that may have one feeling like there's a particular battle to get to happiness. Pay attention to the things that you already have put together and invested. And yeah, you may not have to, disclose it or speak about it, right? Also, there may be some Aries dealing with younger water signs that they may feel like it's holding secrets, or they feel like they know a little bit more than them, right? Because it's always about choice and hidden knowledge and going on these journeys in the first place. And so, in the lower frequency, you got this Queen of Cups today, and she's facing this Page of Pentacles. He came up earlier in the previous week, and then you got this Queen of Pentacles. So let me tell you something. In this low frequency, there's a lot of people cards that's coming down. You got these two queens here. You got this page here. You're dealing with a double water sign, an earth water sign, and then you're dealing with this earth, kind of earth air energy, right? Now, in this low frequency, this is somebody that's clingy and overbearing and over emotional at times. And, in that, and not always in a bad way, but just overly lovey-dovey. And when you're dealing with the fire sign of Aries, that can be a little bit drowning for the individual. And in this frequency is a needy kind of energy. It's a very needy kind of energy. But at the end of the day, these are the things that will change or needs to change. There's this overbearance, this change that takes place from being over emotional to, over, let's say, into the physical, and then to, just not caring. The individual, this is probably a feminine energy that just was so super emotional and so giving, and and these things have stopped. And so in that, you get this oversaturation of water and earth, which makes it a muddy situation, which means that, in a way, this Queen of Pentacles here ends up not producing the way that she should. But over that, in this higher energy, right, coming out this muddy energy, you bring in this heat, it dries out the mud, you got earth again. And so that's what you got going on right here, right? This investment and renewal and tapping into things that you've already invested in, knowing to hold on to some things. This is what happens when you progress through the frequencies again, right? And so when we're dealing with this Page of Pentacles, a little bit of a fight, a little bit of stress takes place. But when you're getting into these higher frequencies, you're just putting your guard up and you're relieving yourself of stress because you're deciding to protect certain aspects of yourself in that way. And that's perfectly fine too, right? Everybody goes through it. It doesn't matter who you are. So anyway, at the Queen of Cups situation here, this over emotional, overbearing kind of energy that comes into place when the waters are overflowing, puts people into an intuitive state, but also sometimes leads people to follow their emotions into the unknown, and they come to find out that there's still pure energy here, right? So at the end of the day, let me look at this right here. Ain't that something? Yeah, so there may be some Aries that may, if you're dominant in water and earth, or if you're dealing with people that's in water and earth and you got them shaking out their energy because of your over aggressiveness or your detachment, your emotional detachments and things of that nature, this is an energy that's a little bit conflicted. And this card came out earlier, but this is an energy that's going to be a little bit conflicted because of the fact that this is an emotional individual who's not able to cast their emotions out properly, or have been very extremely loving and free and sharing and giving out of a pure place, right? Excuse the light, but out of a pure place. And this is what puts this Queen of Pentacles in this particular muddy situation. So therefore, it's necessary to kind of stay in the high frequencies today. Remain pure in your emotions, because anybody who can turn that into something else has power over you. Relieve stress and let stress go. Things that's really overwhelming and mentally overwhelming, let those things go. And at the end of the day, pay attention to all of the things that you have already put in place so that you can grow and move forward today. Aries, stay warm, stay kind, stay in your energy, pay attention to your relationships, your family, and things of that nature. And if you are dominant in these areas, then pay attention to those houses too. And also, this Jupiter energy is saying be creative and think and process and tap in and communicate in a way that makes sense so that you can pay attention to these two cups that's sitting back here, right? So anyway, smooches and deuces. See you on the next one.